Hello, all you beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you subscribe. For my fans and subscribers, welcome back. You know I love you. You are the lifeblood of this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Calvinism. So let's get going. So if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the bell so you know when I come out with new episodes. Many, but not all, Protestants are Calvinist in their theology. Note I said Protestants. This does not apply to Catholicism. And we can remember Calvinism through the acronym TULIP. TULIP stands for T, total depravity; U, unconditional election; L, limited atonement; I, irresistible grace; and P, preservation of the saints. And I used to be Calvinistic, so I know this doctrine pretty well, and I will go through them one by one. This is, in my opinion, one of the most despicable doctrines in all of Christianity. And I think a lot of Christians do understand that it's a despicable doctrine, and that's why a lot of Christians reject this doctrine. T stands for total depravity. In other words, Calvinists believe that we are born in sin, we spend our lives in sin, and we die in sin. And there's nothing we can do about it. Again, not all Christians believe this. So basically, according to this principle, what good is doing good in this life? If you are totally depraved, there's no sense in doing any good. So you might as well just be as bad as you want to. This is a very, very bad thing to believe. U stands for Unconditional Election. Again, this is a very dangerous part of the doctrine. Because what this basically states is you cannot earn and you cannot lose your salvation. Once you are elected, you are elected, which, by the way, means that God has chosen some people to go to hell. These same people, mind you, believe that God is love. Talk about cognitive dissonance. But anyway, how can God be love if he chooses some people to go to heaven and some people to burn for all eternity? It doesn't make sense. This also means you don't have to take care of your fellow man, because your salvation does not depend on anything that you do. You don't have to give to charity or do charitable acts or anything of the such. No, 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 no. Not works. You don't have to do works. L is for limited atonement, which means that Jesus did not die for everyone. Now, there is a joke in the Christian community that, sometimes people get to church 9 months before they're born. And that was me. My mom was very religious. The first verse I ever learned in the Bible, which I learned very young, was John 3:16, and every Christian knows John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but shall have eternal life. So the Bible clearly states that Jesus died for everyone who would come to him. So the limited atonement part of this doctrine is not only dangerous, it is heretical. And I'm not quite sure how Calvin got away with putting this in his doctrine. I is for irresistible grace. This means that if God draws you, there is nothing you can do to resist the grace, meaning whether you want it or not, he's going to force his salvation on you. So this really does just cancel out free choice, doesn't it? In other words, if you are in the Lamb's Book of Life, you are going to be saved no matter what you do. So you might as well do anything you want because it doesn't really matter in the end. Because God already knows who he's going to save and who he's not going to save. Simply put, this means that God has chosen some people to go to heaven and some people to go to hell. Think about that for a moment. Is that the kind of God you really want to worship? And then last, but certainly not least, of this despicable doctrine is the preservation of the saints. In other words, once saved, always saved. Isn't that nice? You can live however you want to live, kill how many people you want to kill, and you're still going to heaven. Isn't that nice? It only sounds nice to those who think that they are the chosen, the quote unquote saved. Well, you know what? The rest of us really don't care because it really doesn't matter to us. You see, the preservation of the saints is another doctrine that just excuses otherwise despicable acts that Christians would otherwise acknowledge that are despicable acts, but because they are saved forever, they never have to worry about it. And that's what it's all about. Selfishness. Now, I don't think believers in this doctrine are consciously selfish. That is, I just think they go along with it unthinkingly because that's what they've always been taught. I grew up in this branch of faith. Well, it's really not much of a branch. It's more of a theology, but you get my meaning. Um, Most really don't even think about it, because they just, they take their pastor's word. Why would their pastor ever lie to them? And they never really think about it. Of course, this doesn't mean that I am excusing them. Everybody has to grow up, even the Christians. And when they grow up, they're gonna find the house of cards comes tumbling down because the emperor has no clothes. and then they have to make a choice. And that choice is, am I going to continue to let myself be deceived? Or am I going to stop this charade and leave, if not this religion, Christianity, then at least this despicable theology, and find another church? That is when they are accountable, in my opinion. They cannot be held accountable for their ignorance, in my opinion, but they definitely should be held accountable for their stupidity. Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, gently smash that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. All social media links are in the description. I did not use a source for my video today because I grew up in this nonsense. If, however, you would like to fact check me on this, I have no problem with that. Go to the Google search engine and type in TULIP Calvinism. It will bring up the same things I've told you today. Well, that will be all for today. Please consider becoming a member. Every little bit helps. I do now have more tiers, TIERS. So, the the cheapest tier is 99 cents a month. If you have that to spare, do not become a member. If you cannot spare it, just throw a little change my way. Much appreciated. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, stay safe and goodbye. This video has been made with support from people like Lisa Irwin. Also, all the super chats also help. Thank you for those as well. And if you would like to join Lisa Irwin, click that join link and sign up for membership today.